Hi folks, and welcome back to the Potspoon Kitchen. In today's recipe we are going to be making another rare Caribbean find, and we are going to be using breadfruit, yes, our backyard breadfruit, and we are going to be making a breadfruit casserole. But not just a breadfruit casserole, we are going to be making a loaded breadfruit casserole that is loaded with flavor, great texture, and zero eggs. To start off the recipe, we are using one large breadfruit and we're going to cut these into half and then into quarters. And I know most of you may already know how to prepare breadfruit, but we can't forget the beginners. The breadfruit has reached its fullness, but not ripe, and you don't want to use a small breadfruit that is young because it's going to be bitter inside. Cut out the seeds of the breadfruit and then you want to peel it. But we are going to be using two different ways of cooking the breadfruit. We're going to be steaming, and I will also show you how to boil the breadfruit. So you want to peel off the skin of the breadfruit to steam it, and now we're going to cut these into 1/2 inch to 1 inch slices and add them to water. And this is because it's steaming and it's going to cook very fast, and you're going to get nice fork tender pieces that is very moist enough to mash. And if you're going to boil the breadfruit, you want to do the same thing. Remove the seeds of the breadfruit, and you want to cut each quarter into half. You want to boil this with the skin and remove the skin after it's boiled before mashing. So we have a nice piece of delicious breadfruit. Yes, our backyard breadfruit. And let's head over to the stove to make our casserole. I'm putting my steamer over boiling water. If you are boiling it, you want to add it directly into the water with just a little bit of salt. Pack the pieces of breadfruit in the steamer. If your steamer is small, you want to break down the pieces of breadfruit just a little bit more. And these are going to be steamed for 40 to 45 minutes until fork tender. Cover it up. And while this is happening, let's head over to our hot frying pan. And this is where we're going to add 2 cups of chopped bacon. Now, this is turkey bacon. If you eat pork, you can use pork bacon, and you just want to render the fat and make it slightly crispy or to your liking, and this should take about 8 to 10 minutes. Once it gets a nice brown going, then you want to remove it, set it aside while you remove the breadfruit from the steamer. So let's see what our breadfruit looks like. Let's use a fork and we're going to test it. Nice, soft, very moist. Good enough pieces that we can mash these with our potato masher. I'm going to add these to my pot because I'm relying on the residual heat to help me break down my ingredients. You can add this to a bowl if you wish. So using a potato masher, you want to break down the breadfruit. And if you prefer a faster way, in a few minutes from now, I will show you a faster way to do this. Add 3 tablespoons of butter to the breadfruit, and we're going to build on the flavor. So once you are using a hand masher, we're going to be mashing the breadfruit and adding the ingredients as we go along. And you want to stick around for the shout out list in a few minutes. Next up, let's add 1.5 cups of table cream. You can use evaporated milk for this as well. And if you wish, you can mix powder milk and you can use that. So we're going to be adding the milk or the cream as we go along because the breadfruit is going to soak up all the liquid and it's going to dry out. But at the end of it, I'm still going to add about 1/2 cup of liquid again. I'm just going to scoop down the potato masher. And let's add some granulated garlic, granulated onion or fresh onion, some garlic herb, half cup of grated carrot that is finely grated, and we want to continue mixing this again. The carrot gives us a very nice sweetness because we are not using the ripe breadfruit for, but the carrots give it a nice little sweetness that balances with the overall flavors that we are about to add. So now we have begun to really add the ingredients into this. We are adding 1/4 cup of mayonnaise to it. If you are eggless, you want to use eggless mayonnaise, but the mayonnaise really makes a huge difference in this recipe. Fold in the mayonnaise. And while I'm mixing this, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers and those who have been commenting and liking the video. On my screen is a big shout out to you, top commenters for the week. If you wish to be in the next shout out, drop a comment below. Let me know where you're watching from and I'm going to add it to the next recipe. Add some sour cream to this. Sour cream is key because we are making loaded breadfruit casserole. And once you have mixed this in, we want to add some cheddar cheese to this. The white cheddar cheese is the best cheese for this recipe. We're going to add some black pepper and some salt. This recipe takes a lot of salt. The breadfruit just soaks everything up so beautifully. And you want to go ahead and you want to mash this until it comes together nicely. If you are enjoying this video, give the video a thumbs up. And if you see the hype button on your screen, give this video a hype. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And share, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's add some parsley to this. This is chopped parsley. And we are going to be adding back our bacon to this. If you wish to put some green onions, you can. Let's add half cup of cream again. We're going to be adding some more salt to taste. Seasoning salt. Some cayenne pepper. And we're going to be mixing this together. Now, if you don't want to go through all this hassle and you have a standing mixer, put everything in the standing mixer and give it a mix. Leave the bacon for last and then add the bacon and you want to just fold the bacon in. We're going to be using a buttered baking dish that has a lot of butter. A lot of butter is key. That's how you get a nice slice when it's nice and cool. And you want to add a mixture, compress everything together. You want to keep pushing everything down. Don't be afraid to push it down because it's still going to puff up when it goes in the oven. Once it's nice and smooth, you want to top it off with some good cheddar cheese. You don't have to add a lot of cheddar cheese, just to give the top a nice brown, which should take us about 3/4 cup of white cheddar cheese, roughly grated. We're going to pop this in the oven at 370 degrees Fahrenheit, and this is where it's going to stay for the next 40 minutes or until nice and golden brown at the top. Garnish with some chopped parsley, and we are good to go. And this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Isn't this beautiful? Who knew breadfruit can be so gorgeous? Let's cut into our loaded breadfruit casserole. And let me tell you, this casserole lasted no time in my home. This was a hit, as it always is. You can make this for Christmas, Thanksgiving, any family get together, a regular Sunday lunch, and it blends in beautifully. No one would ever know that they are eating breadfruit. Thank you for joining, and please check out some more of my videos. See you in the next one.